Hello. There's a pitch in my face.
Yeah.
Let me fix
Isn't
that.
that just normal?
All right, we have guests, and I don't have their heads.
Sometimes.
Oh God.
Hello.
Wow.
I actually don't have their head data.
Oh.
Oh shoot, because I think Ralga has that. 1 second. Where did Ralga go?
I mean, I have it too, technically.
Anyway, while they look that up, hi, we're doing the main story quest of the new patch, and I'm testing this new overlay. Hopefully that works out well.
There we go. Okay, sent that to you. Are we doing a side stream as well?
I can. I've got Domadet. I need Metasines.
Almost done.
Ah, you're all on another instance. That's where you're hiding from me.
All right, I should just message you, right?
Yeah, just message the reactive link.
There's Domadet.
Yes, and I have now embraced my inner darkness.
Oh, you got the good tank class going. Okay.
I mean,
Say
it is only level.
not that class.
There's a small detail. It's only level 80, so it's not going to actually be used.
That's fair.
We're also running up against a maintenance window.
Yeah, we have a speed run clock going.
About 3 hours, I think.
Yeah, plenty of time. Because Iggy can't stay up daily because he works.
Yeah.
There's Metasine.
Alrighty, we got the gang.
You gotta flip meta upside down.
I don't have a clear space for upside down Metasine.
Nah, don't worry about it.
That's fair.
Okay, we're gonna let's go. Head into the back room. Yes. Shale.
Hi, Shale.
She wishes for a moment of your time. You have a moment, Geode wants to take stock of the current crisis. Oblivion may be lacking the finer details in certain areas, so we'd like you to lend your perspective to the conversation. Please be voiced.
The recap is never voiced. This guy's never had a voice.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, no, you're right, he did.
Excuse me. Sorry to drag you into our meeting, but we need to get a better handle on the threats Alexandria is facing right now. Not at all. Much has happened since the state funeral, and a clearer idea of where things stand would be beneficial for all of us. First things first, then, let's discuss the state of the machine malfunctions. Every single sector reported instances of sentries attacking citizens without provocation and vehicles suddenly becoming unresponsive to controls. And while these malfunctions were resolved fairly quickly, they nevertheless resulted in a considerable number of injuries and deaths. But you haven't heard anything new about new incidents since then, right? Right, no additional reports have been logged as far as I know. That's the good news. Here's the bad news. I tried to take control of the soldiers when they started hurting people, but they wouldn't listen to me, even though I have the king's authority. Once people calmed down, I was able to make them give up their weapons, but if it happens again, I don't know if they'll ignore the nick before. The King of Resolve's authority is about the highest there is. Who is this man that can override it with such impunity? Calix. He lived at the age of the Storm Scourge, as I did. Lest you forget, he was known for his advancements in electro technology, and it was he who established preservation for the purpose of furthering his research. The wasting disease which afflicted him, however, was said to leave him scant years to live. He must have chosen to undergo conversion into an endless, so that he might continue his efforts into the present day. Preservation's early goals seem noble enough, exploring treatments for Levin's sickness, designing Everkeep's core systems, that sort of thing. Why harm the people he's ostensibly trying to help? I do not pretend to fully understand Calix's motivations, only that he appeared incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. He asserted that the strategy of adapting our species through generational succession was outdated, that evolution now requires us to forsake bodies of flesh in order of eternal preservation. We've already seen how he's employed the stimulant to convince Alexandrians that endless conversion is their only hope for survival. Eternal life is assured for the 5,000 who register their neo-regulators. But this is merely one part of Calix's greater plan. He wants the key to interdimensional fusion. With that relic in his possession, he will draw ether from the reflections and expand his efforts to create endless 1,000-fold. If we mean to foil Calix's schemes, then our only option is to determine where he's hiding and put him down. Which unfortunately is easier said than done. I've been scouring the terminal we found in the depths of Everkeep, but I've failed to uncover even the slightest trace of his activities. Give me a little more time though, and I'm sure we can sniff him out. I'll help.
All right, let's shake and bake this.
While Galuja and Shale are working on that, I think I'm going to take a look around town. I want to make sure no new problems have cropped up, as well as search for any information that might lead us to Calix.
It's not shake and bake, it's shale and bale.
That's terrible.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're welcome to come along. Another malfunction could happen at any time, and I'd be glad to have some brawlers at my back.
This isn't metaphor Fantasia.
Raha and the others are helping Oblivion patrol the other levels of the keep, so shall we stick to the streets of Solution 9? Sounds like a plan. I got to speak with the city's administrators about bringing in the Lands Guard. Our soldiers are going to protect those who are moving to Tuliolo. Alphano and Alize will be joining me for the meeting, so the three of us can cover that sector as soon as we're done. If I may, I'd like to join Jojo-shan's group, if you'll have me. Yeah. The more mouths to ask questions, the merrier, as long as you're aware of the dangers. I'll do my best not to be a burden. I'm more worried about you, Geo. Don't do anything stupid. Yeah, you'll change your tune once we get back with the goods on Calix, and the drinks are on you. Let's go. Oh yeah, we can see what class she is.
What, Sphene?
Yeah.
No, she has a class.
You know she's gonna wind up being like a new Scion and...
She... like maybe an alt summoner? This person has a rabbit.
I will do my utmost to ensure the happiness of Alexandria and its people. The city looks as though it's regained a sense of normalcy. Alas, the people will not soon forget recent events. Geode. Sorry, I was off in my own little world. Shall we get started? Are you alright? Yeah, I'm well enough given the circumstances. It was the Queen's fondest wish that her subjects remain shielded from the horrors of death, and they were for the longest time. Then the moment mortality once again becomes an unavoidable fact, life are greeted with an outbreak of bloody violence. Many are bound to give the endless alternatives serious consideration. Iggy, read for me, I'm tired.
Indeed, and I do not blame them for that. It's only natural such thoughts should come to mind. What I cannot forgive is the way Calix wields fear and misery to manipulate people into making that choice. No one, not Calix nor anyone else, should dictate how we cope with the specter of death. As one who lives as an Alexandrian, I wish to put the choices for this country's future back in the hands of its citizens. You think we can handle that responsibility after everything you've seen of us? It is what I've seen that has convinced me you can. I awoke 4 centuries later to find our people living and laughing beneath Alexandria's banner. The surprise and bewilders, I was overjoyed to see it so. You all deserve to be happy. Well then. Maybe best not let you down. I guess we move as a group. Don't know when or if a battle might find us. At least I'm came prepared for just such eventuality. Oh, she's got a book.
Heck yeah.
Grimoire. She's gonna be a summoner alt.
Ooh, an alpha node in the making.
Yes, my parents gifted it to me when I was a child. They were adamant that I should only protect things important to me. Fortunate enough to have a tutor in arcane arts, so I lay claim to some small measure of skill. You know what? That makes sense because they made a big deal about arcanemia, magic math being a thing over here.
Yeah, having the ancient Lalafell with their ancient math magic.
Yeah. If that was the case, it might be better split into 2 groups after all. It would be more efficient information gathering. I guess it makes sense. You two take the west side. Katya and I'll take the east. Very well. We'll enter patrol in the plaza just past your view and wait for you there. Let's do the rounds then. Let's see what's what and chat with people we meet along the way. Pay special attention if somebody looks overwhelmed or overly excited. Hopefully that will learn us a tidbit or two we didn't know before.
Yeah, they have a full pop-up for the escort now.
Alright.
Yeah, they have pop-up tutorials now.
I think what's going to be happening from here on out is now that's the last time you're going to see that tutorial.
Yeah, probably.
That'd be nice. Hello, Sombra citizen.
Are the sentries and air wheelers safe to be around now? I just know it's going to happen again, and maybe next time I'll be the one who dies in a horrible accident. I need a neo-regulator. Becoming endless is the only way. Even Queen's Fiend said so.
Square. The memories used to drink around here all the time. Made sure not to overdo it when I had work the next day. Once we were past the busy season, or when the ladies weren't amenable to my company, well, you'd have to scrape me off the street outside in the morning or afternoon. The worst I ever got was on what should have been the worst day of my life. But like I remember it, I was still wearing a regulator back then. It's also the day I first met Shale, though I guarantee she's forgotten it completely.
Well, now we know of all the minerals in his geode, amethyst isn't one of them.
You know, hear my story? Well, I appreciate you offering a sympathetic ear. There's not much to tell. A good friend of mine died when those machines went crazy. His air wheeler dropped right out of the sky and he didn't survive the crash. Damn fool wasn't wearing a regulator. I know it's not so strange these days, but he'd never bothered with one. He was at peace with the idea of dying someday, and I thought I understood what that meant until it happened. Why'd you just take your sword out?
Yeah, I run faster.
I don't think you run faster just because it's out.
It's like Counter-Strike. Get your knife out, you run faster.
What has me in such a fine mood, you ask? I've just registered my new regulator. I was leery of becoming nothing but memories averse, but now that I've gone through with the registration, I've never felt more at ease. Also, once it was done, the regulator displayed the current numbers. Of the 5,000 slots, over 3,800 have already been filled. So if you're still hesitant, not much time to make your mind up. Mark my words, when there's only a few slots left, things will get very ugly. A word? I think there's a new factor in these stories we've heard. One we hadn't considered with everyone back in the back room. That fights are likely to break out over neo-regulators?
Yep.
The fact that nearly 4,000 people have registered is worthy of its own report. Are you sure there wasn't anything else? The people are still deathly afraid? It's a point of concern, don't get me wrong, but I think you're acutely aware of it already. A victim of the violence wasn't wearing a regulator. Yes, that's it. The vast majority of residents have always worn regulators, so it's not a detail we normally think about. When the supply of souls cut off, though, more and more people have been going without them. You need to look into the casualties of the recent attacks and check whether or not they were equipped with regulators. Let's ask around on the street over in the east. It was pretty chaotic at the time, but maybe we'll find eyewitnesses who can help confirm if this was a pattern or not.
All right, time to narrow down our questions.
What questions are they?
Who is the milkman?
No, we need to find the one regulator with the memories of Johnny Silverhand.
Yeah.
Discuss the cargo. It was once my job to deliver goods by hover cargo. That's why I know a fair number of names and faces throughout the city. The little ones who jump for joy when I rock them packages. One lady always greet me with a smile. Hate for anything bad to happen to them.
Like getting hit by a hover cargo.
That would do it, yeah.
Hello, Sentry. Beep boop, how are you today? Please let me know if I may be of service. Citywide casualty data unavailable. Government officials are currently processing reports from all affected zones. Can you narrow it down to the recreation zone? You must have some estimates on hand. Recalibrating parameters. Injured 87 individuals. Casualties 19 individuals. Casualties equipped with regulators 0. So the only people who've stayed dead are people who didn't have regulators in the first place?
I guess.
You should people know if people died in the rampage were wearing regulators. Sorry, I was assigned to cleaning away debris, didn't see any of the deceased. No bodies were present by the time I arrived, so I assume the ushers already done their work. I do remember there being patches of white dust scattered about that were quite a chore to clean up, but nothing else worthy of mention. Let's rejoin Krylan's Fee. I was half joking with most of the jail, but we may have stumbled upon something major here. Share our findings and keep pursuing this avenue of inquiry. Didn't Kryle say that to meet them outside the plaza? Let's get going. Gabbro... What is Gabbro about, anyways?
Savage Arcadian.
Alright.
We'll get there one day. One day.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Those are going to be intense.
Oh, yeah, they always are. But, they're fun.
I'm scared enough just trying to go for the wings from the raids.
The EX trials.
Yeah, they're the same difficulty.
Well, Savage is slightly harder.
Yeah.
No, really. Savage is slightly harder than Extreme. Essentially, you're saying the people who were killed by malfunctioning machines weren't wearing regulators? The numbers are still tentative, and only applies to one zone. We don't know how they'll stack up against the overall data, but that's definitely more than a coincidence. I think it's safe to say that anyone who had removed the regulator was a target. A priority target, rather. Not to mention it, the person I was treating for injuries wasn't wearing one either. Why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? Based solely on the lack of a Neon regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become an analyst, or if they simply failed to acquire one of the limited devices. For those who wear no regulator at all, they've clearly rejected the old system using souls to revive themselves. Put another way, they have chosen to live their lives in knowledge that death is an inevitability. The chances that such resolute people would wish to become analysts are far lower, I would imagine.
Excuse me.
And so Calyx has chosen those least likely to accept his vision as victims to stoke fear and panic. But there was no need to kill anyone. With the way things were, people were already fearful enough. He could have found 5,000 willing citizens without all this madness. Make a good point. Perhaps the sowing of terror is in service to another scheme, or he had some other need for the lives he's taken. Needs more souls. For the soul machine.
What about the dust?
What of the dust found at various sites? Right, the dust that happens, when you take a soul out of something. Dust but no bodies? Now, where have I heard that before? Do you recall when we went to save Erenville from the sentries in the outskirts? The Usher Malachite told us much the same thing. When I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust which the wind quickly scattered. Confused the questioned residents, but no one knew what became of it. And both stories speak of missing remains as suspicious enough, but the shared mention of this dust is too much to ignore. If that's the case, we should confirm this substance was present at other sites and attempt to ascertain its nature. Following this thread might lead us not only to an explanation for the missing bodies, but also the intent behind Calyx's murderous actions. We need your help. I lost control of the soldiers in the residential area. They're trying to hurt people again. Oblivion members are on their way now, but are you close enough to join them? Our new investigation will have to wait. Let's go.
Unarmed, but still dangerous.
Stay back! Stay away from me! Leave him alone!
Are you all right?
What happened here? A sentry walked into my apartment, even though I'd locked the door and everything. I managed to run, but the man who tried to save me.
No weapons, which is to be expected, considering all the sentries were meant to be disarmed. Yet it was ordered to attack all the same, even if that meant using its bare hands.
I'll leave matters here to you. I'm going to do a sweep of the surrounding area.
You can see the bags under that guy's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Now he can sleep as much as he wants.
Do you know anyone else in this sector who no longer wears a regulator?
No.
Oh, I don't think I've seen Isadora and her boy with theirs recently.
Go to them, quickly!
I'm gonna have to rebalance the game audio after this cutscene. It's quiet.
Wyaquay!
I'll be fine. But Isadora's in bad shape. Mother, please.
Isadora! Oh, thank goodness. She wasn't struck anywhere vital.
I'm sorry. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
Everything will be all right. I promise to make your mother better.
Oh, good. I put my hand out to help. Thank you.
Thank you, miss.
No, I'm not. I've got a gun blade.
Yeah, because I'm a healer.
Yeah, I am too, on 2 classes.
I'm actively a healer.
Oh, do they have you doing things in cutscenes?
Yeah, I put my hand out.
Will she sleep like that forever?
No, not forever. She'll wake soon. I'm sure of it.
That's good to hear. Thank you for saving her.
Okay, let me know when you're good with the audio. I'll just talk to these non-progressing people first.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you guys teleport to?
Inside the apartment building. She's just recovering.
X4Y18 point something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're in the other apartment building.
Yeah. Sveen says she should recover in due course. I'm glad we arrived when we did. Milo says, when I was sick and couldn't move, my mother was always by my side, always keeping me company. I'm going to do the same for her.
I like how you're standing on the bed.
Yeah.
What else are you supposed to do with the bed?
You gotta jump on the bed. Okay, Wayakwe, what's up? Forgive me, I was reckless. You shouldn't have had to waste time tending my wounds as well. Did you see our other comrade back there? He stayed behind in the lobby, but I heard the sounds of fighting. I'm sorry, he must have fallen protecting the residents. Wayakwe. Our comrade, you think he may have been struck down? He's wounded or worse, I should go to him. Wait, please, it isn't safe and you still need to rest. Will you stay with Milos and watch over Isadora for me? We will tend to your friend. Thank you, please be careful of yourself.
I remember it's Milos.
Milos?
Yeah. How did that even get in here?
It flew?
It turned sideways and went at an angle. How do you get through a door?
In a wheelchair.
Yeah, fair. Hey, Cry, what's up? Isadora's going to be alright then? I'm so glad. I just finished my ministrations here. Or I believe in Comrade was the honest saving, I'm afraid. That brave soul, he gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand why any of this is happening. The sentry was behaving normally like any other, then all of a sudden it tried to kill me. Weapons or no, Calyx commanded them to commit murder. I'ma kill him.
Probably.
That's the plan.
Is it over? We came as soon as Wayakwe sent word. I'm sorry, by the time we arrived, it was already too late. Then Geo could be in trouble too. Once we have this radius locked down, we need to find him. But why? Has something happened? Possibly. We're not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. We need to prioritize securing the residential sector, though, at least until we can regain control of the sentries. Then we should search for Geode. I agree. Since most Oblivion members have sworn off regulators, if our theory holds true, they could be prime targets for the next attack. Please do what you can to shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid the sentries at all costs. Our thanks. Here, take these communicators.
How many link pearls is that now?
This isn't a link pro, it's a communicator. We made modifications to them to prevent Calyx from intercepting the signal. And we've been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. They're just straight up walkie-talkies. Wayakwe has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck, stay safe.
How many link pearls do we have jammed in our ear by now?
Yeah, that's basically what I was getting at.
Yeah, we have like 3 sets of ears by now.
Left ear, a right ear, and one final front ear.
Nah.
2 in the ears, 2 in the nose. You see no sign of Geode. Perhaps you should search further to the east, where there are less tall people.
East, where do we go?
We should put you on our shoulders so you'd be able to search more.
That is theoretically going to be a thing.
Oh, heck yes.
No sign of Geode. Quay's voice crackles from the communicator. Geode, answer me. No response. Continue searching to the east. Don't like that shape in the distance.
If anyone wants to know what gunblade this is the Baja one.
Dang, that must have taken a while.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah. No sign of Geode. Neighboring residential radius would be the next logical place to look.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please!
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh, you're alive! Thank the gods! Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join it.
Excuse me. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dust bunny.
Dust.
Or the monsters from Deltarune.
What are you talking about? What's happening?
I mean,
No, but that was literally a
They're not just collecting
Vieira.
souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether.
oh, okay, that explains the question I was going to ask.
They upgraded the vacuums.
We saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells. Shit.
Oh, good. It's just like he still operates on reload.
What's his problem? I never run out of bullets.
You have 11 regulator. He's from a place that's too overwhelmed with lightning energy.
You can't be here. You need to
Oh,
run
fuck.
now.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
A trap. Take care of the others, eh?
Okay, that was creepy.
Iggy, I think you're a second ahead of Jaye here.
He usually is. He mashes buttons.
I do not mash buttons.
No sign of
I
him so
click
far.
to process
This way, maybe?
progress when the button is ready, or when the things have been finished saying.
Geode!
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether. But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
We do interfere a lot.
Calyx. What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it?
How would I?
Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years. Our bodies are
Kill this
fated to
motherfucker.
decay sooner.
Yeah.
These ones are...
Get in line. I've been meaning to kill him since 7.1.
What difference does it make if I return them to ether now? I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict.
No.
This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance.
I will halt your harvest
Instead,
by defeating you.
Here's a question. Would you hand over the key if I promised to halt my harvest? It was foolish of me to even ask. I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
Technically, he wouldn't even halt his harvest. He'd just halt his harvest here if he got the key.
Yeah. Cryo. I can't. There are no words.
Iggy, will you do me a favor?
Hmm?
Will you enable auto advance during voice cutscenes and let the cutscene play at cutscene speed?
Okay, I need to know what the thing is for that. And I also need to know what you have it set as, because it's not just set it and everyone's correct.
I'd have to be in a cutscene.
Yeah, you're literally about to go into a cutscene, so.
It had to be a voice cutscene. There it is.
It's a space button.
No, for me it's triangle. Okay, text advanced, apply to voice dialogue only, auto advanced speed +3. I don't auto advance non-voice scenes, so it's irrelevant.
Okay.
And the soul cell he left behind, was that his twisted way of returning Geo to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was our friend. Take it from there.
Oh, okay. Even so, some might say every death was justified if it meant 5,000 Endless could continue their immortal lives. And if Reflection's stolen ether would allow for many more Endless, why that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. That's still killing people.
Oh gods, he's with the Tau.
The greater good. Who could think that?
Not I.
Idiots.
Certainly not I. We know only too well that there is not noble in this sacrifice. Yeah, here's how it works. If you want people to live forever, at the cost of other people's lives, you give up your life for someone else to live. Otherwise you can shut the fuck up and I'll kill you. We have to stop him. We have to find Calyx and put an end to this madness as soon as possible. And under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession. It falls to us. We will thwart his plans here in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocents in Reflections elsewhere.
Yeah, he's talking about endless life, but really he's basically creating digital vampires, having to constantly harvest living beings to keep up their own immortal existence.
Yeah, it's not even endless. It is literally until the battery runs out. Cryo, I will hold on to Geo's gun. If you could take the soul cell, please. It's Fiend. Though gripped by sadness, she spurs herself to action. Return to the back room. She and the others need to know what happened. I'll ask Guayakwe to meet us there as well. Now hear me out. Can we use this to fuel
Oh dear, Geode.
a fuck-off gun?
The soldiers.
We are not playing Fuga.
Able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Gololja. The blame lies with Calyx, and with him alone. It's all so senseless. Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy, living our lives? What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calyx for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him. Wait, where are you going? To clear my head. Don't worry, I won't do anything stupid.
Yes, take up the Dark Knight.
Stay here and get some rest. I'll make sure Nostalgia stays out of trouble. Thank you.
Things would have been far worse if you and Geode hadn't rushed in there. Many people are still alive because of you. And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calyx is hiding. But not right now. We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Oh, Geode.
Let's see, Sphene. I'm told the members' task was keeping residents safe. Returned with the body of their comrade. They all risk so much. Graha. We made a swift patrol of the other levels and confirmed that Calyx had carried out a number of targeted attacks. All to harvest more ether, it seems. Shale. Nothing. Gulja. I got back control of the sentries. Probably about the same time Calyx left. I'm sorry. Stola? I assume you know better by now, but I hope you're not planning to try anything alone. We are all here with you. Aaronville. I've spoken with Wiklamat. They've cut their meeting short to deal with the aftermath of this latest violence. Ginalt. They brought back Geode's gun. Its rounds are spent and his barrel was scorched, so you can be sure he went down fighting. Now, where were we? Another comrade gone. Some days it was more than I can bear. Geode was an older brother to Nostalgia and me. Shale knew him longer though, and is surely taking it the hardest. That's on top of what happened with Kakiwa.
Kafkiwa. It's an F sound.
I think you check on her, see how she's doing. She likes to put on a brave face to meet my sister.
1 second. Do we remember how it works in this game, elemental-wise? Is it earth, grounds, lightning?
Yeah.
There are elemental weaknesses?
There are. They were patched out mostly.
You speak of the
lore is
old
still
days.
there. Apologies, my mind was elsewhere. We need to press on in this hunt for Calyx, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. Anything I can do?
As you said, you need time to work through it. You're right, I ought to heed my own words. It's a stance of no use to anyone.
I offered my help and is like, you can't help yourself, can you? Still, I appreciate the concern. Then we sync up. Kafkiwa used to say the best thing to do with grief was let it all out. So, I think I'll take myself over to Earth and Sky and say my goodbyes to Geode. Come along, I could use someone to blubber to if you have a shoulder to spare. Right then, let's get out of Everkeep for a bit. Oh.
Convenient.
Hi, Shale. It's a fair trek on foot, so I've arranged for a couple air wheelers. I've had the communication modules removed, so even Calyx shouldn't be able to see patrol of them. Say the word and we'll set off. We're flying close to the pylon, so follow my lead.
But I own an air wheeler.
These are General's babies. You won't find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep.
I know, I own one.
Well, good for you, Mr. Richie Rich.
For years now, I take
7.5
a
mil.
one for a turn whenever I need to lighten the mood. Sorry, we cannot stop these. It's all like timed reading things. Sometimes Geo would come along too and end up racing. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. We have edge too, but he's not competitive. He's pretty chill. Borb. We'd often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside the dome.
Keeping up with you is so hard.
I'm kind of going a circuitous path.
You're flying slower than the flying speed.
Yeah. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. I've flown before. Phew. That's helped clear my head a touch. You know, you might be the first person I've ridden with who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I can remember, at least, the memories from my regular days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the way will be clear of pests today. The way was not free of pests today.
Oh, well, can't win them all.
It is now.
Thanks. You can usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before. Surveillance feed certainly didn't do it justice. Hopefully that keeps the route clear for a while, shall we?
Oh right, we never joined in a party.
Yep.
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa. Will you raise a glass?
Are we gonna actually lift it, or are we gonna be like, I don't drink things that I haven't poured?
Yeah.
Yeah, did we
I
learn from
still have
Pepperboard?
nightmares of that one time.
These people are from an entirely different planet, so I think it's okay.
What are the two of you doing here?
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
God, it's still strange hearing American voices.
I suppose I could spare a moment. They tell us Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization. You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. that sort of thing.
Those were the days. It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. I still wore a regulator then. I had recently lost someone close to me. I'd also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company.
Oh, it's that Yakuza minigame.
So
You know, that's
Geode
hostess.
came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First-time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
Deep in our
Yeah.
I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
Hey, he's in my outfit.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine. That was Kafkiwa, I take it.
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas, and wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed.
It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed. She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents, those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access. And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
Thus were my parents' and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided. Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence, and I know they're still with us. But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this, and why I'll stay the course. Right. Time we got back to work. Thank you, everyone.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
So remember earlier when Geode was reminiscing about how he first met Shale, and he thought that Shale had, he assumed Shale had just forgotten how they'd first met?
Yeah.
She didn't
Turns out
forget.
the answer is no. Oh, the emergency maintenance has been moved up.
Oh.
It was always at 11.
Oh, right. You were converting to your time zone, Jay.
Yes, I was.
Oh. My bad. I appreciate you helping me through this. And not only the grief, you helped me see that my comrades mean even more to me than I realized, which only fuels my determination. I'll be spending every waking moment to bring Calyx to account for his crimes. I'll do my part, and you do yours. Oblivion needs you.
Kill speed.
Quick Tongue is the only useful one because you can give it to black mages. Even that might be different now. I don't think it is, though. This time I went back to locating Calyx's lair. I have a new strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it will aid in narrowing down the possibilities. I'll ask Carl for help. I want to re-examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation and establish an organized resistance with Oblivion. There must be something in here that can point us the right direction. What are your plans? Here are my plans. Calling me. Is that you? Apologies for calling suddenly. I'm making the rounds in the outskirts, and I kind of feel as if something is amiss. Can I ask you to join me? Your perspective would be most appreciated. You can wait till you finish attending to Shale, of course. Go on.
Thank goodness they called. When they asked, so what are your plans? Plans?
What's a plan?
Oh, heck, and you guys are on a different instance. Trying to keep up with you is crazy.
I mean, there's no real point until we get to a dungeon.
That's the principle of the thing.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no offense, but I'm out gathering right now.
I don't remember being ominous music right in this location.
It's always had to. Oh, that? Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, this. Thanks for coming. As I mentioned, I would benefit from your worldly experience. Perhaps my imagination, but it seems as though someone's changed the background music. Some people appear to be acting oddly, that is, considering the current state of affairs. As I am yet unfamiliar with the outskirts, I thought you better equipped to judge if their behavior is unusual or not. Will you speak with them and see what you think? Though I hope to prove them wrong, I fear something's not right here. Wembling Resident. Oh, please tell me you brought more neo-regulators. Officially, they'll be handed out already, but I've heard rumors there are a few left over. Surely the government has some, or perhaps Queen's Fiend? I mean, look, but I was a hunter once. Back then, I hardly gave death a second thought. Now, the truth is, it's all I can think about. There has to be a way to hold on. There has to. You're not running a regulator? Don't you know the end is coming? Well, it's your life to lose. Me, I got myself one of the new regulators and registered a little while ago. As soon as they did, a display window appeared showing the number of registered users. Right now it's sitting at 4,168. The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? Seems the total shot up right after those machine malfunctions. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. I pity those who weren't chosen, but I'm going to be an endless. I'm going to evolve and live happily ever after. Why did you say the word evolve?
Yeah, they're not evolving, they're sitting in stagnation.
Well, not even that. Just why did you say evolve, the one thing that Cadillac said? I think maybe your brain's been messed with because you have a Neo-regulator on.
Don't believe everything you hear.
Someone on the TV said it, so it must be true.
Papawane, what's up? I remember you from when you visited Queen's Fiend. Come to check on our well-being, have you? Things are rather stressful out here as well. Without knowing if or when a machinery might turn murderous, the specter of death is ever present. People are terrified, and the clamor for new regulators has reached a fever pitch. I personally was fortunate enough to claim the new device early on, and have long since completed registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now I must begin my prayers. The darkness draws closer, grows deeper, and we must cast it out. That ain't good. Was I right to worry? Their fear is palpable.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it. The people are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear, and with each new registration, that fear inside them grows more insistent. How long until it drives them into a full-blown panic? Negative T minus 5 seconds. Come to Revolution, we have a problem. I'm already here with Lama Chi and Alpha now. We should go.
I like this trend of it taking us where we need to go.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Very convenient.
Oh. Mesa terminal.
That's new. Well, I mean, it's old, but it's new that it's back up.
Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
Death is your constant companion. Though you toil with diligence, death may come ere your reward is bestowed. Though your grand works be poised for completion, death may come ere you wake the following morn.
Yeah, memento mori.
Though you enjoy a life of peace and good fortune, death needs but one instant to claim you.
Feels like a pharmaceutical ad.
Yeah.
It absolutely
your
is.
Heart, your brain, every fragile organ rolls the dice from moment to moment. Sheer chance deciding if they function or fail.
Made it on a bit thick, aren't they?
Stoic or generous or righteous, no virtues tip the scales in that fatal reckoning.
That's why I chose the machine.
Yeah, isn't this just the opening to Warhammer 40k Mechanicus?
The end is cloaked in terror. That is what it means to die.
Joke's on you, life has no meaning.
The announcement began after we finished our meeting with Gossen. As for its source, well...
Alex.
There is no shame in being afraid. It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death. Let us set a new course for mankind. Let us preserve our existence unto perpetuity. Hope for it, wish for it, pray for it. We will become endless. With evolution's brilliance, will we banish the ever-present darkness of mortality.
Change isn't easy. No one ever wants to take the first step. But this is the right path for us. What other way could there be? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to register.
Val Wuklamat! You couldn't have come at a better time. Please, you have to let us move to Tuliolal.
It's too dangerous to stay here. Who knows when the next century will turn on us? Even if we wanted to become endless, there are no more neo-regulators to be had. Fleeing is our only option.
If the solution was as simple as leaving, then we'd all have left already. Did you not hear the announcement? For the living, death is a foregone conclusion.
So
no matter where we go, or who we shelter with, we won't get another chance like this to overcome our fate.
it's still weird that they're like, oh yeah, people die.
Easy for you to say when you have that regulated.
I mean, they have been living without death for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, their entire lives, they've never had death as an experience.
I mean, yeah, from our perspective, it's really weird that they're treating this like some grand revelation, but I mean, again, it's been their norm for 30 years.
To see that you all will be safely evacuated. Tuiola will aid you in whatever way we can. So please, remain calm.
I want to help Alexandria. I want to save its people. But what can I do? I am not their queen.
You have her face, though. Gosan, what's up? The sign is not responding to any of our attempts to change the display or switch it off. Have you considered breaking it?
Yeah, there's gotta be a cable.
No, just take a brick to it.
Yeah, Lamati, could you please throw your axe at it?
I'm sorry I couldn't be there in time. Carter told me everything that happened while we were away. Alize, we had the hopefuls who descended on Lamati dispersed for now. We could see tempers in the crowd were starting to fray. Latest wave of attacks may not have been widespread, but people are reaching their breaking point if Soft Calyx ends soon. Up and now. First, those deadly malfunctions, now a citywide announcement. He has spent considerable effort recruiting his 5,000 Endless. Perhaps more than necessary, even. Hey, Sveen, what's up? Calyx has access to the core system, which means if he chose to do so, he could deploy the soldiers beyond the barrier. Even if people learn to live with death and decide to leave the dome, they will not be beyond his reach. Yet if it serves to allay their fears even a little, I beg you, Wuklamat, please let them shelter in Tuliolal. I'll welcome any and all who want to come. We've already begun evacuations and will be able to pick up the pace once the Lands Guard arrives. In which case, we'd best spread out and keep an eye on the crowds. The mood is tense and we must prepare for possible violence. If you happen to determine where Calyx is hiding, though, we'll be ready to move at a moment's notice. Surely we'll find some sign of clue soon. He can't elude us forever. Violence and fear. This is not the future she envisioned for her nation. Hang on, this guy's got a neat-looking astroglobe. What do you want? Ultimate Edenmorn's Torquetum.
If you need a gun, I've got the grenade launcher.
Wuklamat assesses the surroundings with grim determination. Tuliol would gladly welcome Everlast Alexander with open arms. But what of the nation the late queen was so desperate to preserve? What of that bright haven of peace and laughter? Clement. I won't stand here and let her legacy be sullied any further. I will protect Alexandria. That was the promise I made to her at the last. But she betrayed you, did she not? Why do you feel this obligation? I saw myself in her, I suppose. We both felt the people's joy as our own, yet alone we lacked the strength to protect them. There is so much that I love in this world, too much for me to take in my arms and keep safe, and that made me afraid. I needed someone who would share that love and fear, so together we could do what we couldn't by ourselves. Maybe it's simpler than that. Maybe I just wish that we could have been friends. So when she turned to me in her final hour, desperate to safeguard Alexandria's future, I swore that I would see it done. In the end, I think you both found the friend you needed. Oh, I'd be yours as well, Sphene. Whenever you fall or struggle to rise, I'll come running to the rescue. And you do the same for me. That's how we protect the things we love, and that's how we protect Alexandria. You're right. You're right. Don't forget about me!
And I'm here too. The expansion.
How could we? We'd not be where we are now without you.
You're on vacation, remember?
Yeah, this is just side stuff. Right, we got a little sidetracked here. We should probably be on our way. Do a patrol or see if Shale needs a hand? There you all are. Good little jaw. Splendid, we were afraid we'd miss you. Alizé and others said you were here. Good news, we finally found a chink in Calix's armor. We discovered laboratories on Everkeep's 10th level that once housed a preservation initiative. Containment Complex 1029, it's called. It's been falsely registered as a distribution center. In reality, there hasn't been any recorded traffic in decades. I don't think this is where Calix is hiding as such, but may contain clues that point us in the right direction. Sorry it took so long to get this far. If you're interested, what do you say we all go and check it out? Thank you for your hard work. It's a huge step forward. And up. We need to take a lift to get to the complex. I've cleared this expedition with relevant authorities, and we have one of our people waiting to operate said lift. Let's not keep her waiting.
You know, with the nearly infinite space this place allows for, I'm kind of surprised that the deep dungeon just wasn't slotted in here.
Maybe it will be.
Seriously.
Around the back.
Maybe that'll be the Deep Dungeon expansion 8.0 or something.
Well, that would be Endwalkers. That's probably going to be like a deep dungeon on the moon.
The bunny burrow.
Oh no.
Sphene. Preservation laboratories. I shudder to think what they were researching, but there's no time to be squeamish. Cryo.
Oh, that was... Sorry, that wasn't a dungeon. That was a cutscene.
Yeah, sorry. An Institute on Preservation scale would have had many such facilities in the city, yet I can't wonder if this is one where my parents worked. Going into the cutscene. 10th level.
So it was a dungeon opening?
No, it's the wrong thing for that.
So this is one of Preservation's laboratories.
It's so dark I can barely see.
Just a moment. If I can reroute the power to the circuit.
Excuse me.
You got the lights working!
Smell how stale the air is. This room hasn't been in use for many years.
It was thanks to Krile and Galulja that we managed to locate this place.
You may remember that my earring contained the control code for the gate to the Golden City. As it was Preservation that constructed the portal, we reasoned that the code to operate it might include a signature of some sort, unique to their organization.
So I took a closer look, and a line-by-line examination yielded a string of symbols identifying the code's author. We then began accessing the nodes for every door in Everkeep, seeking out control codes which contained those same symbols. After a grueling search, we finally discovered our prize behind door number 1860, the entrance to the facility in which we now stand. I'd probably still be at it if Galulja hadn't been around to assist me.
I took breaks, but Shale never stopped working. Not even once.
I can contribute
You need an energy tonic.
else, I'm afraid, but I appreciate your kind words. In any case, this next part will require your helping hands.
We need to spread out and search for something that may lead us to Calyx. We're more than happy to help, of course, but I wonder, won't he realize we've found this place?
It's highly likely, and personally I hope he does.
Hear that, Calyx? All your base are belong to us. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna piss in the corner. This is my place now.
Ugh.
We're here to pick up Calyx's trail, and I have learned of a certain device that can help us do just that. I'll explain how as we proceed, but according to information, the device in question should have been installed in the director's office. As for where that might be, this map matches my data. We're in the Researcher's Commons, located in the western side of the complex. The director's office is northeast of us. Cut across the circular chamber in the middle, right? Yes, but there's a puzzle involved. Interior door is locked. We need a security key and the appropriate clearance to open it. Probably a card of some sort. Can't you, work some electric magic? I'm trying my best. This type of lock is well before my time. It might take a while to crack. And in case I can't, you might want to look around and see if someone left a security card behind. Considering the state of the place, it does seem like they abandoned it with some haste. Wouldn't be surprised if we can find one. Let's get searching.
So hey, remember how 7.1 had a lot of Resident Evil in it?
Yeah, most luck looking around when they kept their personal belongings. Oh, are we gonna get Itchy Tasty?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Itchy Tasty. Couple hints are in a different color.
Iggy, you've been playing tons of blueprints. You know exactly what to do here.
This thing here has blue. A few documents sitting on site attack up top of the desk. Find no security cards. Desk organizer.
I'll check the recycling bin, because of course.
Small shelving unit holds some office supplies and little else of note.
Alright, where do people keep their personal belongings? In half-open desk drawers. Riles through, rifles through. You discover a card-shaped object, marked level 1. What does data terminal say?
What does data terminal say?
Personnel.
Index pages of an employee manual.
Personnel protocols. For security reasons, Containment Complex 10-29 has been registered as a materials distribution center. Keep this in mind and conduct yourself accordingly, both inside and outside the facility. Each employee must perform their task within their designated workrooms. In Researchers Commons, the Proto Lab, or the Deutero Lab. Entrance into another workroom without official clearance is strictly prohibited. Carry your security card at all times. Your clearance level dictates the areas to which you have access. Equip your regulator at all times. Due to the highly confidential nature of the research materials and other data managed within this complex, preservation retains the ownership of and rights to modify the memories of all registered personnel. Thanks, Zuckerberg.
That's no different from Prey 2017.
Research objectives. Access denied. Log in with your personnel account to view.
Hey, Jay. Leadership personnel. You got friends here.
Demetrius.
Complex director. Demetrius.
I don't know a Demetrius.
Thought you knew a Demetrius.
Nope.
What, good old Demi out of high school? You know, that guy?
No. Like a blue tiger.
Osfer. Anyway.
Computer lab chief redacted.
Card-shaped object.
Scanning device. Beep boop.
Why would they abandon a facility like this? It was run by a director, Demetrius, or so the terminal there told me. Perhaps there are more answers to be had once we venture further inside. And let's go inside.
Thanks, Sarybot. I didn't even see anything happen and you're already on it.
I'll have to look later.
Another locked door. Try the same card. It won't work.
Nope. We need a different card? Yeah, it's demanding levels 3.
Okay, find the level 2 card that will lead us to level 3 card. I understand how this works.
You can never just find the level 3 card directly, do you? Always has to be 2 first and then 3.
Shale.
Yeah.
Please excuse my impatience. The meat to track down calcs are close and I'm itching to get my hands on them. There's your
a data tablet over here.
Here's your itchy tasty. Golja. I dug through this data tablet and found a journal. I'll read it to you. The results of experiment 158 showed a marked improvement in ether extraction rates. At last, we've achieved the target value set by Master Calyx. Although I will become endless as per our ascendancy protocols, I will preserve this historic number, along with my few remaining worldly effects. 158. Data tablet. Skib? Yeah. Today I began my employment at Preservation. The organization was unfamiliar to me, but when the recruitment letter arrived, I had a gut feeling that this work would be far more fulfilling than any orthodox medical practice. My instincts were correct. Master Calyx's philosophy is a refined ideal of notions I've only ever vaguely entertained, that mankind must evolve beyond the shackles of its flesh and blood existence. And a meeting with Director Demetrius today, I've heard others praise his genius intellect, and he seems but a guttering candle in comparison to Master Calyx. This morning I was permitted to access the top floor and observe the workings of living memory. As predicted, the shortage of ether required to sustain the Endless is reaching critical levels, yet Queen Sveen insists on continuing her ineffectual flailing. Our Milala colleagues, including the Protolab Chief, have been behaving in a decidedly suspicious manner of late. Should I report my concerns to the director? From tomorrow, I've been assigned to assist with the research project in the Deutero lab. We're scheduled to conduct a major experiment, the details of which have been kept ignorant. It would seem prudent to back up my memory data. Look, Lamont, there are notes about the research. 148 submitting in inference candidate 201930 to be considered for efficiency procedure review. Experiment 158, maximum value of 11509 recorded. Comparative study to be included in the report. And experiment 163, new proposal produced a result of 9834, decreased value verified. I don't know what any of that means.
They're clues, Jay. Gotta sort through them.
Cryo.
Says... Oh, yeah.
This machine feeds into a soul cell. I'm reminded of mining improvement by the Empire. Surely this device wasn't made to hold people. Okay, now Sphene.
Sphene just says go to a corner.
The
Open
canister,
up a locker.
the canister inserted in that large device appears to be a soul cell. Could this be where they conduct experiments to create endless? We could spend days investigating. Finding a way into the office takes precedence. Go look in the locker.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Oh, god damn it. I wish it gave me a list. I don't remember any of the numbers.
Remember, every puzzle has an answer.
Yeah, do you know it? Because I'm not going to scroll back through the footage to find my numbers.
Okay,
Press
so
the
they
enter
remember...
button. Press the enter button. It's in your event logs.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do the one that starts with 9. 9834.
I don't have event logs.
Oh.
Alright, let me know if you want the actual solution.
I'll wait for Iggy.
It's not that one. 11509.
Because of the 3 numbers...
That's it. It's 11509.
Yeah, of the 3 numbers Wu Klamoth gave you, she gave you 3 different numbers from 3 different experiments, and then Galul Jia mentioned that experiment 158 was the important one, and the number associated with 158 was 11509.
Oh.
Well, we got a level 2 card. That was obvious. These preservation members led such surprisingly normal lives, leaving notes leaving their cards. Yes, I imagine they'd be more bloodless, mechanical. My parents were once part of preservation, if you'll recall. It would seem researchers who agreed with Calix's philosophy underwent a conversion. I assume those who could not or would not eventually just left the organization altogether. I almost forgot. The researchers kept journals in their data tablets. One I read doesn't explain much, but something big happened in the complex, and then everyone would become endless. And he was really happy about this. And there were no more entries. But there's a tablet over there.
Alright, we're on a little bit of a time limit, so I'm just not going to talk to everyone and go to the scanning device. Deuter lab or the facilities? Let's start with the lab. There doesn't seem to be any power to the lab. There's a contingency for opening this door somewhere. In case emergency backup fire can be routed from the facilities. Go to the facilities then. Engaging power supply. No good. There's an error. There's a preliminary procedure somewhere. According to the area code reference, the power supply has been interrupted for an extended period of time. We need to reconfigure both the emergency generator and circuit control panels. Letter load error? What the fuck does that mean? Yeah,
it means it's puzzle time.
There, right? Yeah, it's the same one used in Heritage Found. How does it send power to the other lab? Through wireless. Energy cable. Connect the generator to the cable. Make circuitry configuration work.
Alright, I'm just gonna hit buttons.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Start trying things, see what works.
Let me know when you want the solution.
Oh, come on, give him a minute at least.
No,
That's why I said when.
The immediate beliefs that we will fail is heartening.
Top right is square.
Top right from which perspective?
Top right from looking at the big fuck off machine.
You mean the southeast control panel?
Yeah, the southeast control panel.
Right, so that would be the bottom right.
No.
This is why we should use southeast and southwest and stuff.
Oh, you know what? These have to be reversed.
Actually, okay, I will talk to Lamont. Do you have an answer here? There's a diagram here. Figure the 4 circuit control panels provide an uninterrupted path. The square shows terminal bottom right should be the generator. Yeah, doy. Bottom right is a square, and the top right is half a circle. Well, that's something.
Got it. It worked. We did it. Nod. The Dawntrail lab should now be powered. Well done. If I may, can we access certain data log before moving on? Preservation in the early days. It'll only take a moment. It looks to be a text-based account. I'll read it. Preservation in Alexandrian Institute for Technological Development was founded by Calix, an 11-year-old child prodigy. Approval for establishing the organization came during Alexandria's involvement in the storm surge. As Calix's designs for new defensive solutions funded in large part by the Treasury. As the conflict grew in intensity and casualties mounted, Calix funneled preservation's resources towards the perfection of memory storage. Research into this field continued even after the storm surge came to an end, with Calix eventually electing to preserve his own memories in a virtual domain. So this account is from before he embraced his endless existence hundreds of years ago. I only met him once before the storm surge. I was attending my father, who was then the king. Calix could not have been more than 10 years of age, required constant treatment for his debilitating illness. Yet still, he published theories so highly regarded that even the royal family was aware of his achievements. Life should not be lost to the injustice of death. Even now I can hear the single-minded will behind his words. So, it was that when war came to our kingdom, my father was quick to commit his unwavering support to this somber youth, and his proposed for preservation. Several years later, the ensuing violence brought the deaths of both my parents. I suspect they spared me the reports on those research and other less urgent matters. So you had no way of knowing what was going on. Perhaps he's been the type to value ideals over compassion. I failed to see it at the time. Or perhaps he did change, but is still driven by the same deeply held beliefs. Whatever the case, we cannot allow him to shape our future. Let's keep going. I am losing my voice. I've done my job.
If you're losing your voice, let me do it. If I've done my job correctly, this order of the Dawntrail lab should be accessible now. I'll give everything a once over just to be sure. Hey, Shale. Current energy seems stable enough. Still, you shouldn't let me handle this one. Or you should let me handle this one. Security card, please, and a short prayer that a shorted wire does burn me from the inside out. Here we go. Get the door open. Smooth this up. Let's head inside and see what awaits. Gods above, isn't that? The key to interdimensional fusion? Looks like to be a schematic on the monitor. They've used it to make another key, but it's missing the shard inside, the one that Katja has. We may be laboring under misconception. The key was originally a Malala relic. Once its treasure came into its possession, preservation began to work to harness the power to cross dimensions. Aside from the crystal, we can see that the vessel components are constructed here, so what might that tell us? The relic was the crystal inside. That'd be the logical conclusion, yes? It's just my parents explained. The key remains shrouded in mystery. Preservation augmented it with electrope, but never grasped the technology's underlying principles. To this day, not a single person understands the mechanics of interdimensional fusion, not who imbued the key with its power, not when they did so, nor why. That makes sense. Calix could track the key because its vessel was made by preservation. I believe there is much more to learn in this room. On our next visit, I'll have to enlist Y'shtola's assistance for a thorough investigation. I too am curious about a great many things, but pinning down Calix's whereabouts is our priority. Hopefully there is a security card here that grants us access to the director's office. The research conducted in these laboratories has been highly confidential in nature. Some of the personnel must have belonged to the organization's upper echelons. That means higher security clearance. Try to look, remember, anything less than level 3 is no good to us.
Storage crate.
Storage crate.
Nope. Small.
Here's where the printing out all.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Small child. Why are they making so many vessels? Iteration.
They're printing out all. It's all the fake holy grails for start poisoning all the Nazis.
I'll search for these drawers.
I looked in the cabinet drawer and found a security card. A stroke of luck. Let's have Shale examine it to be sure. Hey, Shale. Oh well, it is exactly what we need. Nice job. Level 3, that'll get us to the director's office. What was it you were hoping to find here again, Shale? You're saying a certain device was going to help us. Alright, haven't explained myself properly yet. I'm looking for a data relay. After we discovered this ostensibly abandoned complex, I performed a cursory investigation which detected a connection to an outside network. When I traced the data's route and confirmed traffic from a web of Everkeep's security cameras. Considering the way Calix is always one step ahead of us, we must assume that he's quietly seized control of the city's surveillance system and has been using it to monitor our activities. To monitor you as the key holder, our planning. But since Calix is the ultimate recipient of those transitions, the flow of data is like a river that we can follow back to him. That's why I need the data relay. If we can analyze the device and see where it's rerouting all this surveillance traffic, then you can pinpoint his position. That said, he's done nothing to impede our progress, and we can think I might be entirely on the wrong track. Maybe the reason he isn't stopping us is because he can't. Back in the old castle, Calix said he was measuring Katja's strength. What can he possibly dream up that's stronger than her?
That OC he came up with in middle school.
Speaking of cameras, there was another thing I meant to mention. I found evidence that someone deliberately disabled the surveillance feed in this room. The most recent recording is also cruelly deleted. I was able to destroy the data, if you want to see it. I'll start the show then.
Are you really planning to leave?
Yes. The idea of eternal life. It's begun to frighten me.
I struggle to renounce our conventional wisdom. Death is the means by which life prunes its branches, leaving the trunk to grow strong and tall. We die so that our species may flourish. What would become of mankind were we to halt that process? If unending stagnation is the fruit of our labor, then perhaps we strive for the wrong thing.
Your argument is a rejection of Master Calix's vision.
I suppose it is. Perhaps such dread would not plague me, were I capable of sharing his perspective on the subject.
But I cannot. He and I are too different, in too many ways. I lack his extraordinary genius. I had no illness threatening to cut my life short, no singularity of will to cut away all distractions and focus solely upon research.
I have nothing but respect for his determination. The way he overcame his prognosis and seized the means to transcend death itself. But I'm not convinced that this obsession with living is the right path. That's why I've decided to leave preservation and put all my effort towards building a legacy for the next generation to come. Surely you...
Well.
We have zealots.
Protocol, you understand. There can be no exceptions.
But they're already going to wipe people's memories if they left, so you wouldn't even have to kill them.
The cruelty is the point. She only wanted to leave and he executed her. I checked the images against personal data. The man who pulled the trigger was Director Demetrius himself. Everything I could find on him pointed him to a deep infatuation with Master Calix. The cameras in the room have been out of operation ever since that incident. Given that the recording was erased, we can only assume he was covering his gridly deed from the other researchers. I'm not surprised, given how my parents described their defection from the Institute. They spoke of rushing me through a portal even as Preservation's agents closed in on them. I dared not ask what became of them after that, but if it turns out they were captured by their pursuers... I mean, they're dead.
Well, I mean, they're dead, but, you know, there's also knowing that, oh yeah, your parents were slaughtered.
They did not regret their actions. They definitely got murdered at the end, but they definitely did not manage to escape. Right, the Echo. Knowing you saw them as they were, your words give me great comfort. Oh, Kryl. Worry not, thanks to the Haven of Living Memory, I was able to at least meet my parents and learn what they stood for. It is enough for me to carry on. Even now, we don't know how the conflict unfolded between your parents and Preservation. What we do know is your mother and father cleverly expunged every last trace of their movements. They made sure no one could cross onto the source or threaten their child's safety. Let's press on, shall we? The tale behind the key deserves a fitting conclusion. To the Director's office. Man, the fact that he's got Alrun Senna's fucking hairstyle. Funny.
We always knew the white mages were evil.
The scanning device. Level 3. There we go, head inside. Gotta find that data relay. Don't be shy, speak of everything odd catches your eye. Come on in.
Go as Wicklamat.
Cool. This director, Demetrius, is very particular about how he just decorated his office. We got incense and vase and some kind of gem display. Holy shit.
Oh, you thought we were kidding about the blueprints thing. Alright, you got 2 free gems there.
Something odd, something odd. Cryo. Check out this corner. I was thinking about the key. Sphinx. This report on reducing people's ether and how much energy can be harvested per individual. Shale. Damn, this terminal isn't connected to any outside network, so it can't be the data relay I'm looking for. It's just a smaller than the map suggested. Positive we're in the right room. What am I missing? There's puzzle time. Oh, beverage station.
You find
Having lain dormant for years, the now active coffee maker has already entered a self-cleaning cycle. It appears to have no other purpose beyond brewing coffee, though it remains to be seen when it will be able to do so once more.
You find a crumpled note wedged between the file binders. Secure room lift access requires passwords to be input simultaneously at the terminals in Proto and Deutero Labs and the director's office.
Very exciting. Soul cell storage case. The collection of soul cells may once have belonged to the director. They appear to be empty. And a cluttered side table. Amongst other personal effects, you find what is presumably the director's data tablet. The closed locker stands next to the table. Search the locker first. It swings open easily. Oh god!
Ugh.
Oh boy.
It contains nothing of note. You quickly shut the door.
High school
data
crushes.
Tablet. Pick up the data tablet and begin skimming through the contents. Daily reports. Nothing note. Mystery of the key's activation conduit. Condition remains unsolved. The key triggered an explosion today. Temporary interdimensional portal verified. Continued attempts to stabilize the core's energy reactions. 13 researchers suffered fatal injuries in the explosion. Memory faculties of 4 personnel sufficiently intact for endless conversion. Remaining 9 designated for ether reclamation processing. Nothing of note. Rejected resignations of 2 Milala researchers. Major incident details in full report. Those 2 inept Milala broke with preservation and absconded with the key. Though the fugitives have since been caught and eliminated, we were too late to recover the relic.
Damn.
The only reason we retained our flesh was to serve Master Calix's physical instruments to conduct his experiments. Deprived of the exempt of our research, our existence served no further purpose. I do not imagine the depths of his disappointment in me. The complex is to be shut down. All personnel will have their bodies reduced to ether, which will be allocated for further experimentation. Memory data will be archived. Any endless conversions will be subject to Master Calix's discretion. If he does not deem us fit, then we are not deserving of eternal life. Jesus Christ, dude. Shutdown protocols. All personnel have undergone processing. Once the shutdown protocols have been complete, I will proceed with my own corporeal dissolution. As long as the key remains in the physical world, we must keep this complex in pristine condition, whether it be needed for experiments or otherwise. It must be ready to support future operations in whatever capacity Master Calix requires. To that end, facility equipment will be maintained in stasis mode. Furthermore, a critical component for secure room access will be stored separately to defend against unauthorized entry.
It's always so clinical. All personnel have undergone processing.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Shall you find anything? Crumpled note. Misplaced note, was it? Instructions for accessing a secure room, no less. Seems we need to enter a password on 3 different terminals at the same time. There was no such room marked on the map, was there? No, a precautionary measure, no doubt, and if passwords are involved, I expect the access lift itself is concealed, too. By electrope, you mean? Could it be that wall? I thought it seemed odd when I walked past. Remember what Kafkiwa used to say, Shale? Never trust an electrope surface. You can pass... Electrope isn't always what it appears to be. You cannot pass right through electrope.
Well, that's what I said. Truly, it never had that property in my time. He's just making fun of you, I think. What we mean is Electro can project a false appearance.
Oh, of course. Electro is how you alter the look of all Solution 9's floors and walls, isn't it?
And she's mad at me now.
It shouldn't be too hard to disable. Another door. That's just a projection. The lock is another story. Didn't that note lay out the password protocol? So we go ahead and try it. 2 of us prepare the lab terminals for input, while the rest look for passwords here in the office. I'll take the proto lab. I'll take the deuter lab. Actually, it might be better if you stay, Sphene. Your knowledge of Alexandria and its people could be needed here. Oh, you're right. If passwords are hidden behind clues, that could be something I can help with. I can help too. I lived my whole life in Alexandria, after all. I'll take deuter lab duty then. We can touch via communicator to match our timing. You will have the honor of entering the office password. Once we determine what we need to input, take your place at the terminal. I'll stand by to guide Wook and trial through the process. You know, there's a plate over there, the one with gems. I thought it was made of electro. Might have some other purpose, but I couldn't find any switches or buttons. Maybe you can figure it out.
Oh, we just find the missing garnet and we're fine.
I do like the server shutdown, adding some nice time pressure to this. I'm just imagining some message over the intercom. Notice, 58 minutes until everyone in the lab is liquefied.
Yeah, basically. Jewel display plate.
Alright, start writing things down.
2 jewels are embedded in the plate. There's a sapphire and a garnet. There's an empty slot for another jewel to fill. We need to find an emerald. Actually, cluttered side table. Let's take a look in the freaky locker again. There might be something there. Just the jump scare. A cube puzzle maze of electrope. Galulja found it. It's time to solve the puzzle. To move this bit, connect the circuit. There is something inside. Pretty green stone. It might be Alexandrite. Doy. They were so treasured in the past, they named the kingdom after them. Hold on to this one, just in case. Do you know the cool thing about Alexandrite? If you look through it in different directions, it changes between red and green. And red and green are the same in Japanese. Ancient Japanese. Ooh. Glowing lines and a short phrase. In a decorative pattern? Oh no, the shape is the floor plan. Ah, scrawled phrase. It's handwritten. Let's see. Heed the stones must be something about the special meanings Alexandrians have for gems. It's no belief. Each type of gem means something different. But if you ask Sphene, you can learn more. After all, her name came from a gemstone. Where are you, Sphene? Here you are. Symbolism of Alexandrite. It was taught that Alexandrite represents the concept of projection. It's incidentally also the origin of Alexandria's name. You think it has something to do with passwords?
Of course, Alexandrite is protection. It's Alexander.
What do you say? Well, that's just what it is in real life, too. Alexandrite is protection, sapphire represents honesty, and garnet symbolizes devotion. Try those words at the terminal, see if they're accepted. Hope you're right. Director terminal.
Which one was a proto lab, up at the top or at the bottom?
Proto lab has the sapphire.
And I just forgot what the sapphire was.
Honesty. It should be honesty, devotion, protection.
Okay.
I think. I just realized why I could remember that subconsciously. Fucking Steven Universe.
Oh.
No, that'll do it.
Sapphire can see the future, and she always says it honestly. And Ruby is incredibly devoted to Sapphire, and they combine together to make Garnet. Oh, I'm so glad that worked. Go in there, take a look. And I just know about Alexandrite because that's one of the two things for my birth month.
Wait a second. I thought that the shutdown was at 11 Pacific.
Yes.
It is. It's in about
1 hour.
55 minutes.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is currently 10 p.m.
Okay.
All right.
Terminal doesn't
Time
look
board
special
lift to
to
see what
me,
awaits us.
But this is definitely what we're after?
It is. But whether or not it will suffice for our purposes is another question.
The Endless are created using the memories of the deceased. But as memories are, in essence, collections of data, the resultant entities have no physical form. These data entities, as we might call them, have only two methods for interacting with the material world. One of these we saw in living memory, where the Endless are granted temporary bodies through the use of corporeal ether. They become much like solid ghosts that one can see and touch. The other method, which Kafkiwa employed, is the remote operation of a machine. But where do you suppose the Endless are to be found when not inhabiting a physical body?
The Endless are memories, and if memories are data, then...
On the cloud.
In a world formed of data.
Some kind of digital world.
Yes, we suspect they reside in a virtual domain, one contained entirely within an electrope-based machine. We've seen such a realm before, after all.
Oh yeah, Iggy's used to this one.
Oh, you mean like the Alexandria made from the Endless Fiend's memories? It all seems so real.
So this virtual domain, it would also be housed within the Meso terminal.
But how? I thought we shut down all the terminals in living memory.
You did. And Kafkiwa's program performed just as she intended. The Meso terminal itself was deactivated, as evidenced by the failure of the device which was keeping Spheen's body in stasis. Be that as it may, we face a master of electrope engineering. That he managed to partition and protect the sector harboring his own memories is well within the bounds of possibility.
Oh shit, he was on the Linux part.
Let us say that the Meso terminal does indeed contain a second domain, and that Calyx himself resides there. This city, on the other hand, exists here in the source.
He's not smart enough for Linux. He'd be on the Windows cloud.
I thought perhaps we could prevent his remote interference by closing the gate to the Golden
Oh
City.
god, it's like the way you can't shut down OneDrive.
Connection between worlds.
Except I tried to close it once already when I visited living memory. The process required administrative authorization, a restriction I assumed at the time had been imposed by the Queen.
But now you think Calyx might be responsible.
Just as I suspected. Even now, security transmissions from throughout the keep are being tapped by the core system and routed elsewhere. Almost every single one has you as its focus. He's keeping track of the keyholder's movements.
Time's up. And what a waste of time it's been.
But yes, that was fun.
That's your problem. You don't know how to enjoy yourself.
Hoping to find me by tracing security data? That will not be necessary. Through a not inconsiderable effort, I've taken your measure and prepared a force sufficient to subdue you. Come. I invite you to the upper reaches of the Meso terminal. The storage device which holds my memories is there. Break the memory bank and victory is yours. I, in turn, will seek to wrest the key from you with any and every means at my disposal.
And if we refuse this invitation?
I will wait and continue to convert Alexandrians into Endless. Consider the urgency of the situation and make the wiser choice.
Answer me one question, Calyx. The Endless Fiend. When she was queen, you had her face an impossible task, then manipulated her into using the key when she was at her most desperate. If you can do all that, then why not whisk it away when her plans went to ruin? Why let it fall into our hands?
You pour salt in the wound. That disaster was a miscalculation on my part. As her end drew near, Sphene and her restructured memories had become one with the terminal's control systems. In that singular place, in that singular moment, she wielded an authority greater than mine. Thus she was able to shield you, the neighboring sovereign to whom she entrusted her nation's future, and the hero to whom she entrusted that priceless key. I am unsure to what degree she perceived my presence, but she knew that someone was watching. Does that satisfy your curiosity?
Bro, your fake girlfriend cucked you.
It does. And I'm satisfied that you will take nothing more from this nation. Not one more life, not one more future, not one single smile from another child's face. You hear me? Sorry for losing my temper. But there's only one way we can deal with people like Calyx.
Yep.
Whatever grand future he envisions, someone will be made to pay the price. And I won't let that happen.
Bro is very wrong if he thinks he's taking our measure.
Again, it is not bragging. How many gods, plural, is he going to summon? Because that's what it's going to take.
Well, and how many villains have thought they had our number and then we just completely obliterate them?
I realize it is not my place to say this. Even so, I must thank you both. on behalf of my other self, allow me to say how grateful I am to have you as our champions.
Well, that was an adventure. It may not have been the method Shell was hoping for, but at least now we know where to find Calyx and what we need to do next. Indeed, while I remain curious about Preservation's research into the key, that is an investigation for another day. Let's head straight to the back room. We should get everyone on the same page before we make our move. Just go straight to Shale, because of the time limit. Damn the bastard.
I don't think we're doing the dungeon tonight, sorry.
Damn that bastard Calyx. He waited until I was this close before snatching away my moment of triumph. And that infuriating, condescending way he spoke to us. We'll see whose time is up, you smug little weasel. Anyway, I know things didn't go to plan, but I learned a great deal about preservation. That knowledge could come in handy in the days to come. Though I may not be able to contribute much to a direct confrontation, I can see this through with all of you, providing what support I can. Speen! Briefed Anvil on everything that has happened and sent word to the others, but now we have to consider what our next actions will be. He's offered you the opportunity to confront him directly. Although it feels much like striding face first into an ambush, we have little choice. If we are to destroy the memories he has supposedly stored in the upper reaches of the Mesoterminal, then that's where we must go. While I'm still upset at being deprived of my moment, I nevertheless did my due diligence. I confirmed that the relay was indeed found transmitting surveillance data to a device somewhere in living memory. When you go to fight Calyx, pray let me fight alongside you. Let me fight for the memory of Oda, Otis, and Zelenia, and for the other Sphene I may have become. Most importantly, for my beloved kingdom and a joyful tomorrow. It's always been your fight as much as ours. Thank you for understanding what this means to me. I'll be coming with you as well. You all know my reasons. I hardly need saying, but your fellow Scions also have every intention of accompanying you into battle. So adamant were Alize and the others on this point that they have already left for living memory. I am more than ready to do the same. I'll keep patrolling the streets for signs of trouble, especially from anyone wearing neo-regulators. If you need anything from me, I'll be on standby in the back room. I really want to go with you, but I know I can't. I know that sometimes you have to be patient and trust in your friends. You're 6. Oh, gotcha. Carl and I think we should talk to Gaston before we leave for living memory. Under Calyx's direction, preservation has helped shape Alexandria's society for centuries. Taking down will have serious consequences, and we need to warn the officials in charge about what we intend. Justifications aside, we'll be acting against the wishes of all who desire to become endless. Exactly, we don't know if Gaston will approve or oppose of our chosen course, but either way, leaving without a word is the wrong thing to do. Resolution first, yes? Be safe. See you when it's over.
This is going to be cutting it real close.
That's why I'm going to invite Jaye to a party while we're running.
Yeah, it's 40 minutes.
Closest Ethernet shard's back here, love.
Yeah.
Since
I've already committed to the run.
Be right back.
Resolution.
speaking directly to Gosan.
I see. A difficult situation. In the absence of an official sovereign, I agree that it is not Preservation's place to dictate the future of our nation. However, I also cannot simply take a side and declare my support for your efforts to defeat Calyx.
Is that because of the new regulator you wear?
I've yet to register it. I find myself caught between the fear of dying and the desire to carry out the duties of governance. My greatest concern is how we shall stem this ever-increasing terror of mortality when becoming endless is no longer an option. And that's to say nothing of the recent slaughter committed by our own soldiers. The fact that such violence was perpetrated for the very purpose of creating endless will, paradoxically, make it more difficult to endorse your chosen course. It may not seem logical, but for those who lost friends and family in the attacks, halting the creation process altogether would render the deaths of their loved ones utterly meaningless. Is it not cruel to rob them of what little solace they could claim, when we have only just learned what it is to mourn? Tell me, how are we meant to overcome such tragedies?
You never do. That's the thing.
We stop begging others to teach us for a start. For the longest time, we've been protected by Queen Sphene and the systems put in place by our forebears. The hardships and responsibilities of life were distant things, and we felt entitled to our comforts, even as we barely noticed those who risked everything to keep us sheltered. But no more. From now on, we need to learn on our own. How to live with the promise of death. How to endure the pain of loss. We may never learn to love such things, but we may learn to survive them. The people beyond the barrier, even the Alexandrians of old, they've all had to live with these fears. There's no reason we can't do it too.
What are you all doing here?
Malachite called us in, and the Oblivion members briefed us on the current crisis. You don't stand idly by while your house burns down. We came together and thought about how we could help. Long story short, we've decided to join the fight alongside Oblivion. I say fight, but we're well aware of how little use we'd be in actual combat.
A battle of ideas, on the other hand. Now that we might be qualified to do something about. We'll talk to our neighbors and do our best to quell their fears. Convince them to make the most of this life and enjoy all it has to offer. Perhaps that will help to ease your burden.
It certainly will. Even if a few are assuaged by your words, it will make things easier.
I love this idea.
Those who have already registered.
I love the fact that people are finally taking action.
There are still
Yeah.
many who waver.
This would be the main thing people would complain about,
Those are the
right?
ones we'll
And they're addressing
concentrate
it directly.
Gossan, if you truly care for the people of Alexandria, then now's the time to start thinking of ways to prevent more deaths. Were I to become endless at the expense of my countrymen's lives, I would regret it for the rest of my existence. Forgive my weakness. When the people have lost their way, it falls to the government to support and guide them. Alexandria can rise above this sorrow and find its way forward once more. Is that not so, Your Majesty?
Indeed it is.
Uh-oh.
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 No, that wasn't, what I meant to say.
Damn it, you had one job.
Calm down, Sphene.
Good job, Dagger.
Lamity, you used her name.
Good job, Lamity. Look, the townspeople aren't idiots.
The perfect resemblance to our beloved Queen Sphene has not escaped our notice. Yet we also understand that you are not her. Having to live in secret, unable to share who you really are, that must have been hard on you. When you come back, please tell us all about yourself. I imagine yours is a rather outlandish story, but we're eager to hear it all the same. You're one of us, an Alexandrian, and we don't abandon our own.
He took it off, but they did like move it so that we could avoid showing any clipping going on.
I promise to return. And when I do, I look forward to speaking with you all.
Heck yes, reestablish the monarchy.
I just cracked my neck and the VTuber looked like it got punched in the face.
Okay, Wooklamont, what do you have to say for yourself? Oh, she must be overjoyed to be welcomed by a countryman. We need to bring her back safely. Sphene, everyone is so warm and welcoming. Alexandrians are ever a stalwart people. How glad I am to be home. Thanks, Gossan. It must be difficult to make. I can only claim the courage that Zeus came from within. The final push came for Alexandria's citizens to brave forever and take the first step towards change. Secret Wish can get you a lock that new regulator way where no one can get to it. It should prevent the registration from reaching the target number. I should be glad to do so, but I fear it would be no avail. According to our most recent surveys, the number of regulators in circulation exceeds the stated 5,000. I surmise the surplus of units are to account for those like myself who had a change of heart or otherwise hesitant to register. Doesn't sound like something Calyx would do. Well, we'll face them either way, so on living memory.
Via the Arcadian.
Things seem much the same.
So listen, you have nothing more to fear than any other normal day. Deep breaths. We'll get through this.
You'd be telling them much the same if you were here. I suppose it falls to me now.
The Kafkiwa chain.
Yep.
Kafki chain wa. I think I'd made that exact same joke before.
It sounds familiar.
Durganburn, invite to party.
I guess we're going to...
Beyond Lost World.
All right, it's speedrun time.
Hell, let's speedrun. I vote we do it, and even if we get cut off, it's fine because it's funny.
Yeah.
Especially since, word of warning, I'm still bad at dungeons.
Good to see our comrades hail and girded for battle. To the Mesa Terminal. What's happened at the Mesa Terminal? The wall is treated to provide a convenient entrance to the structure's interior. There was no ingress before, so Calyx is being a fuck. Alright, let's go! Go, go, go! Savage Might. Stola, what you got? We'll make our way to the terminal. Ninja has higher than this, so maybe...
Oh hey, it's almost like I know you where you'd be.
Almost. Hey, look, what you got? Here we are again, facing another battle. 4 centuries has left here. Upon awakening, he found the world as he knew it had changed. He was so frightened at first, he couldn't recognize a single thing, and thought everything had gone to dust. Yet beneath the unfamiliar surface, much remained the same. For that, I give thanks to Otis and Zeloni and the Royal Knights who laid their lives to defend the way of life. I thank every Alexandrian who believed in our future and passed on our legacy. I thank my other self, who so loved this kingdom of ours. And I'm thanking you all for kindling this hope in my heart, courage to take up arms and fight once more. Let us make our stand together and fight for what we hold dear. The kind gentle Queen Sween was too weak to serve her people, and so she will serve them no more. Freed of conscience, I shall become a ruler that can protect Alexandria, a devourer of worlds. Together we stand, together we fight. You have my gratitude. Sir Diotis and Zelini would join us in spirit. Let's head inside and finish this. In upper reaches of this terminal awaits the device that holds Calyx's memories. It follows us to make the claim and destroy it once and for all. The Queen trusts everything to cut you for good reason. Would be tragedy relinquished relic. I accidentally double-clicked Graha Tia. Apparently Calyx thinks he's taking your measure. I urge you to correct that misguided assumption. I wholeheartedly concur, yet would still counsel caution. They would be so bold as to extend an invitation bespeaks tremendous confidence in his preparations. Come friends, we set forth into the dreams of the endless. In the midst of dreaming endless, pardon me.
Heck yes. We've had first mesoterminal, yes. What about second mesoterminal?
Oh god, which one's which? Okay.
The one on the left is the one closer
left.
to the door.
Yeah.
I'm the one in charge, so don't worry about it. 1 second, though. I'm looking at Sphene. Former party enter mesoterminal. What does Sphene's class? Zoemancer.
Yes. She's an old school caster.
Anyways, we are in a party, so it doesn't matter if we don't have the
Hurry up, go.
item level.
You're like, we're racing the clock. Only put some dramatic pauses in this.
Nah, but it's more dramatic if we get cut off at the very end.
It's true. It's cold as shit in here. Wait a second, I know that climb.
Look at all the databanks for Iggy to expand into.
You're literally walking in here and taking a right. This feels like entering.
Okay, Peloton, go!
I'll begin by wearing you
Must battle on as members of the Digi-Destined.
I hate you all.
I love these dog robots so much.
Robot dog.
Terminals, we can read them later.
Lore.
I've created new endless for you. Not all are warriors, but they will follow orders. Kill,
That's fucked up.
Survive, and so forth. Here, I shall prepare the stage for battle.
Alright, shooting doctors. We're committing war crimes.
Is it really a war crime to kill the dead? Actually, I'm pretty sure it is.
I mean, kill is sort of a relative term at that point.
The memories of a physician. One who saves lives should be reluctant to die.
Good word, chirurgeon.
It's
They use that word a lot.
It's literally just French for surgeon.
They use it at least once in expansion.
Yeah. Anyway, high hegemony.
All right, we have a knockback and we have AoEs. One's going to go off. Knockback's going off first.
Man, like every single dungeon in Dawntrail has at least one boss with a half-room cleave.
Yeah, they're just fans of it in general, honestly.
Okay, the first one's the real one, second one's the fake one.
Isuna, please.
Okay, AoE's going off first. Stand by me. Next is the knockback.
Ugh.
Medicine field. The doctor needs medicine field to live.
Okay, knockback off first. And remember where to stand for the AoE. I think it's here.
I'm gonna die.
I did die.
Yeah, you predicted Iggy's death. Fantastic.
Got poison.
Okay, AoE's first. Just stand here.
I'm gonna need more than that for my... yeah.
Whoops, sorry.
Oh, you've overburdened the system. No matter. It served its purpose.
IL 735.
Fat.
Yeah, we're getting bigger numbers.
Yeah.
Number go up.
Anyway, let Iggy and I figure out the battle mechanics.
Yeah, we have fun doing that.
Well, I was just going to speedrun it. Okay. No, you're right. It is more fun that way.
Does that mean I should flub them on purpose?
No.
Yes, no. Meta and I stand in the wrong spots just to confuse you.
No.
Let privileges revoked. Anyway, limit breaking them all.
Isn't it a bit early for that?
No, because we recharge it by the time we reach the last boss.
I mean, usually,
I know what I'm doing.
Isn't the pull usually like in the third section?
No, doesn't matter when, as long as it's done.
I mean, we are at the halfway point in the dungeon.
Yeah, we beat the first boss, so any point after that is fine.
All right, 14 minutes. Let's go.
Next, we visit a prison of sinister repute. I need not compel them to fight.
Oh, I found a bug. When I sheath my gun, I still have a big gun out.
Sometimes you get fun ones.
Look at that pissed off Lala fella's new face over there.
Well, if he has no face, no wonder he's pissed off.
Oh, hey, it's the Steve Odekirk Bat Thumb.
Only the most obscure references around here.
He has no face. Well, duh. I mean, how'd you think he got the name? All right, Peloton, let's go.
These are loyal executioners. They shall deal appropriately with criminals. Your sentence is death.
Oh.
How long can you defy it?
What's happened?
I can't.
Oh, we can only attack the one that has linked up with us. Okay, cool. That's new and interesting. Shackles of Fate. What does this do?
Criminals may run, but they cannot escape.
Oh, I see.
Meta, make sure you zoomed your camera out.
Gun doesn't work on that.
And I'm down. I didn't get any heals.
I was trying. Oh, come on, I was barely in that.
Hitboxes on these things are weird.
Jay, wipe this as soon as you can.
I'm working on it.
Oh, there was an ad providing a burn. Okay.
Yes.
There are role-specific mechanics. Okay. That confirms a theory from the first run.
Go.
Your sentence is death. How long can you defy it?
Oh, I need Gamma now. I'm going to use Gamma. You are.
cannot escape.
If we wipe again, that's it.
Yep.
Oh, wow, I did not see that 1-2 combo. Thank you, Meta. Really?
You gotta take a look around and see if an AoE is happening when you get the raise.
I didn't realize
Remember, you're invulnerable as long as you don't act for a few seconds.
Yeah, you do need a few seconds though. Uh-oh.
Three seconds.
Oh, I need a big heal real quick, thank you. Nope.
Have fun with your buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, those Hellmakers have way too much health. Either that or I'm undergeared.
Both.
Okay. It decided I'm gonna fight this one.
Yeah.
Well, either way, win or lose, we have to stop here because we're gonna hit the time.
Yeah, we're not making it.
I don't think I should be machinist. Maybe I'm just not very good at it. Also, I'm only like IL 724.
Okay, here's the thing: is you're higher item level than I am, but yeah, it's probably because you just don't know the rotation.
Need to go check some YouTube videos.
Beginning to tire. Good.
I kind of see them kick us off the server.
I don't. I wanna make sure I'm logged off just in case something goes very bad.
Yeah, basically.
Don't do that. Yeah, well, yeah, we have to log off, otherwise we'll get isekai'd.
Like bad things can happen. Let's duty finder leave.
Yeah. Duty finder leave. Okay.
Alrighty.
Log exiting game.
Exiting game.
Run.
In 20 seconds.
In 20 seconds.
Alrighty.
Imagine if we had pushed it. Like 20 seconds isn't enough time to get out before it explodes.
It's just barely as it is.
Okay. And with that, and this blinding yellow that happens when it leaves for whatever reason.
It's the missile terminal overloading.
We'll call that the end. Thanks everyone for hanging out. There should be music playing. There it is. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Special thanks to those scrolling on screen and those who are not scrolling on screen for all the support you've given us over the last 5 years. It's greatly appreciated. If you like to support the channel, share the link, share the VODs. Check out our Storm.com wish list. I have stuff. I need stuff. We like to end things with a raid. Hey, Geo Wolfie's on.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Well, say hi.
Yeah, and we'll pick this up tomorrow. And hopefully,
cliffhanger.
And hopefully there won't be a maintenance
patch.
A maintenance window right there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, have fun.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.